It has been a little while, and I think we went longer than a week break, but we're back. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 63. That's right, we're still continuing the episode numbers of Under the Middle Rope. I'm your host, Jose Tabuada. I have some explaining to do. I think I have some explaining to do because it's been way too long since I'm here once again on this YouTube channel, ready to talk wrestling. We have my fellow friends on standby. There was a lot going on. First of all, it's been busy to say the least. Everything's been fine. You know, I'm not like, you know, like I mean, I've gone insane, but everything's okay. For the most part, everything's okay. But I just got really busy with another endeavor that came out of nowhere unexpectedly. And now here I am on Twitch, opening up Pokemon cards. I give away Pokemon cards now on Twitch, and it's been one of the best endeavors I think I could have. I did not expect to have, yet happy to have. It's been growing. It's been a lot of fun, but I still want to remember this. But in saying that, there is, before I bring on the gents and what we're going to discuss today, there was one piece of news that I wanted to share, and it's that because Twitch has been growing well, because there's been a lot of focus on that. There was also tough to find motivation for Under the Middle Rope. Unfortunately, as much as I love wrestling, given up that I grew up with wrestling, still entertaining to talk, can still drive me nuts, can still make me like a screaming fan. All the emotions from A to Z. And so I will be formally announcing now that starting today, as today we do discuss the Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania, this will also be the road to the conclusion of this pod. It wasn't an easy decision. It was a decision I've been battling back and forth for a long time in the last month or so. Some people knew about it, and I figured I want to leave this on a good note. I want to give this a proper conclusion because the two times I did it in high school, season 1 of After the Count in 2013, and then season 2 of After the Count with RJ, both times they just had the abrupt end that I knew it didn't deserve. Like the first time, I forgot when it abruptly ended. The second time after SummerSlam 2017, and I told myself I want to do this properly. So these next few weeks will be a bit of a goodbye to this. It was a lot of fun. We're still gonna have fun doing this. The last episode will be the fallout of WrestleMania 38, which of course comes to you from Dallas, Texas, 2 nights, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy that at least I'm going to try to tough this out and force myself. I know the guys that are about to come on will keep me accountable to do this every single week. And of course, what better time to come back than what we did last year at this time, a week before predictions week. And it is to pick numbers for the Royal Rumble. That's randomly assigned numbers from the men's and the women's Royal Rumbles to see who can have the luck of the draw. And that being said, I think it's a great opportunity to bring back my buddies, the same trio, whoever, the peanut gallery as I like to call it. RJ Stacy, Andrew Wolf Woltman, Pete Atkinson. Gentlemen, welcome back. I know it's been a while, but it's good to have you guys back.
We're here. We're going to tickle some feathers.
Tickle some feathers. RJ, what'd you say?
I was just going to say it's good to be back. I don't like being called the peanut gallery, but it's good to be back.
Fair enough. And so we did this last year, and of course, we're obviously missing a fifth. And in typical fashion, Nick Charlie could not show up today. Something about spending time with his wife. I thought was rude. That he wanted to spend time with his wife. But here we are. So, gentlemen, we've missed a lot since our last episode, haven't we?
A fair amount.
What's
last
the exact
episode
amount of time?
I was just about to look that up. I was like, don't know why I closed.
The all-out fallout.
Yes, the all-out. Yes, Pete was right. The all-out fallout. The all-out fallout, which that was 4 months ago to be specific. That was September 10th, 2021. Where I'm pretty sure I said at the end of that episode, yeah, we'll be back next week.
Maybe.
And so here we are now. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas. We've also missed my birthday. So that was unfortunate because we had fun on my birthday last year, but that's okay. Because again, new ventures, new things, time moves on and all that jazz. So you ready to have some fun?
Did we bring on a birthday cake to put your face into?
No.
Typical WWE fashion.
No, unfortunately not. No cake. As much as I would have wanted a cake. Yes, indeed.
Can we? Get a cake?
So, in saying that, again, let me present to the people viewing. Of course, if you're listening on Spotify, on Apple Music, and all that jazz, we highly recommend you jump over to YouTube where you can get the visual of this beautiful wheel that I created just before we hit record. 30 numbers. This will all be shuffled, randomly drawn, one by one, and of course, we're going to determine the order again via a wheel spin. Just I designed that very cleanly,
Yeah.
very pretty. How excited you guys are for the Royal Rumble? RJ, let's start with you. How do you feel before we get into the what we missed?
I'm always excited for the Royal Rumble because it's been my favorite pay-per-view or premium live event. Now that they're calling them, I think that's what.
Oh my goodness, we forgot that too. Yeah,
the premium live event. It's been my favorite premium line event my entire life. We went to it a couple of years ago, had a blast at it. It's the Royal Rumble, so I'm always excited. I feel like the build-up. And it's like the build-up always for WWE is kind of more important this year than pretty much the other 8 or 9 months of the year. So
which is good.
Also, the best product that WWE's probably been putting on their weekly TV right now is coming forward as well. So it kind of gives you a reason to watch WWE that's been kind of on and off. I'll say in the nicest way possible with their weekly content the last couple of years. So I'm excited for it because it's the Royal Rumble, and hopefully the actual television shows are going to be solid for the next few months as well. So positive for me. Thumbs up.
Pete, Wolf, any other thoughts to that? Of course, Wolf has the Golden Girls, a Golden Girls doll up on his desk.
Today is Betty White's birthday.
It is.
So happy birthday, Betty White. 100 years.
Yes. Would have been
Rest in
100.
peace. The Royal Rumble, definitely my favorite pay-per-view out of the year. It's more so than WrestleMania, in my opinion. That's just a personal choice. I just love the match style. It's just personally more fun for me. Like the idea that anyone can come out, it could be a surprise, throw people over the rope. It's fun. It's really fun. You chant along, and I'm really excited. This could be the year for people like Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Karrion Kross, Keith Lee, Drake Maverick. These are all I would love any of them to win the Rumble.
Well, we are going to talk about the next latest batch of releases. That's one thing I say.
Wait, what releases? What? I haven't watched.
That's the one thing that stayed constant since September with the unfortunate more releases. Wolf has 5 pages printed out, and so for Wolf, when it's time to talk about the releases, Wolf will read them all in punishment. Pete, last thoughts before we get to what we're gonna do.
What's a Jackson Riker?
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever.
Jackson Riker is something you don't want to know about. The Rumble's the best pay-per-view of the year. It's the only WWE event I will guarantee stay up to watch because obviously all pay-per-views are 1 a.m. where I am. So it's a bit more of a hassle to try and watch them live, but I will always make the effort for the Royal Rumble. And I think also with last year not having fans there, it didn't feel quite as big. And
which is interesting because
fan pops are always so much more important. And
I mean, if you saw me in my living room jumping up and down for Edge at the end of all that, it did make me wish there was fans for sure around the WrestleMania sign.
That ending sucked. Edge should not have won that.
I will always disagree. I will always disagree. Yes, there is
should have won.
There is a lot
from number one.
There was, I mean, obviously, yes, the Rumble is a fantastic pay-per-view. Obviously, my favorite pay-per-view is WrestleMania, just because of the spectacle, everybody knows that. That's how special I love the feel of it every year. But the Rumble is just as good in my opinion. So when saying that, yes, we are going to do another Rumble Roulette. So what that means, folks, if you weren't here last year and if you want another explanation, well, boy, do I have the rules for you here. So this is what we're going to do. Let me where am I clicking? There you go. Let me show y'all. 60 Rumble entries will be divided among those predicting 30 for the men, 30 for the women. Starting with the Women's Royal Rumble, once again, 10 picks will be selected and periodically happening throughout the episode, picking 10 at a time. With the 5 of us predicting, the order of selection has not been determined with the Survivor Series results because we didn't do Survivor Series. So we are going to do that wheel shuffle again. The winner will get the first pick. But again, none of that matters. So that's if you're on YouTube, go to Spotify to avoid this embarrassment. Let's see what the next rule is. See again right now. Right? See, this is not the order. The last year's order was Nick, RJ, Wolf, Pete, and myself.
We are a very professional podcast.
So it's going to be conducted by Snake Draft. Again, we are going to go to the wheel. We're going to randomize it. And
brother's homework.
that is going to be like the order to determine it. And then, of course, again, the winner from each Rumble will be awarded the point for next week's Royal Rumble prediction show. So, gentlemen, I thought that went smoothly. You guys can say otherwise. I thought that went very.
So is shaving with a comb. Jesus.
Yeah. That's it. It was not. It's not pretty, But let's do this, folks. All right. So we're gonna shuffle this up. We're going to determine the order. Myself, Nick, RJ, Pete, and Wolf. All right. It's a 5-second wheel. It's not. Let's see who's gonna get the first pick in the women's rumble.
Come on, big bucks, no whammy, stop.
Of course.
Sorry, you get applause there. I don't know if you can hear. If you're able to hear that. Just in
you
case.
You could license the music from Press Your Luck. Where's Peter and Mark? And we can
let's shuffle this again. Here we go.
Boo.
Number 2 goes to me. Shut up. Yep. See, this is why
hiss.
This is why I call you out the peanut gallery. Number 3.
Yeah,
so
the 2 heels getting the first 2 picks is just not right.
Pete will get that. We'll get that middle pick in a snake draft. It's good
My
pick.
man.
And then last but not least, it's Wolf. Wolf will get the 4th pick, and RJ will get back-to-back picks along with Nick.
Hey, Jose, you want to trade?
Do I want to trade
Hey,
the 2nd and the 4th pick? It's the same thing. It's going to be.
I'll give you my 1st and 3rd round picks.
All right, just don't. As long as the coach doesn't kick me.
We are
my
not
pick number 3 for your pick number 4 and 7.
What?
Okay, but I want $1 million in incentives.
We are not going to be trading.
Chocolate brownie.
Okay, I'm just gonna take off my shirt and leave.
I don't think any of us want that. All right. So in saying that, gentlemen, all right,
Body sheet.
let's do the first 10 of the women's Royal Rumble. Let's get the first 10 out of the way. 30 picks.
I will take Mitch Trubisky.
30 picks would be decided. I'm gonna need to
Jackson's still on the board.
I'm gonna need to copy and paste this, but I'll do it another time. You ready? Let's do it. The first 10 picks for next week's predictions. Starting off with Nick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nick's first pick is 17.
Unlucky.
Oh my goodness! I gotta disable that audience clap there.
17 doesn't feel like a winner.
No.
Boo!
All right.
Anyone's won from 17.
Myself, no, nobody has. It's my number. It's 12. Look at that. I got my number.
Is 12.
Yes, my number's 12. Yes. If you know.
What the hell is that?
Good Lord. Over to Pete.
Come on.
Thank you, RJ. That's why I love you.
Pete
Best
gets
game
number
show in history.
29. Please do not play music while this.
Winner, chicken dinner.
That's right. Wolf's first pick is number 5. It's not the worst.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of shit.
RJ. Oh no, we know. RJ's pick
It feels like a 29. No.
is 9.
You can't have
Isn't
29
already off the
got
board?
29. Picked one of the few numbers not left on the board.
Trying to do a trade.
And then RJ's second pick in the women's rumble is number 21.
21's not bad.
Not
I
bad
would
at
like
all.
number 27, please, if I get to pick next.
Wolf.
You do get a pick next. Let's see if you
Yeah,
can
I want 27, okay?
You get number 1.
You get
No,
number
that's-
1.
Is my microphone working? I said 27.
Number 1. Of course, last year's winner, Edge. Very exciting
the
times.
women's.
Oh, yeah, because they're really going to do that back-to-back.
I mean, it wasn't in the women's. It was
Sorry, it was
three.
under the women's. No, yes, right. Pete.
Oh, so much
We'll
better.
get
Be
number
able to go one for number
25.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to take the back end of this rumble. Seems like the way to do it.
Sure.
Myself
If you get 27, I'm going to sue you.
is number 2. Well, that's interesting. And Nick's last pick for now, and then we'll get to this in a little bit, is RJ's lucky number 13, if I'm not mistaken.
13 is in no way a lucky number in any way, shape,
13
or
is
form.
definitely a lucky number.
It's lucky for the Italians.
Yeah, if you're one of the Munsters.
I'm not Italian, but
Close enough.
13's
All right, well,
13's a good number.
all right, let's
Satanists.
all right, let's start with the first. I'm going to start with the first, in my opinion, the biggest topic since our disappearance. And that one, of course, is everybody's favorite. I'm
Jackson
talking about
Riker.
I'm talking about a beast
Stacey Evans.
from Saskatchewan that has suddenly emerged to a quick fan favorite, in my opinion, or at least this time around, been very, very loved. And of course, I'm talking about
Braun
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar now, once again, WWE
Wait,
champion
hang on.
after
What did
winning.
Pete say?
What?
Braun Breaker.
Oh my god, the current NXT champion right now. But yes, Brock Lesnar is back, and in my opinion, better than ever. He's like I said, once again WWE champion. Won it at day one after he was supposed to fight Roman on day one, but then Roman tested positive for COVID-19. Brock was inserted into the WWE match, and immediately, just like that, becomes champion in a heartbeat, which I called, and I'm still laughing to this day. But what I love about this is just the entertainment value that's come out of Brock. Because the promos have gotten a lot better. The charisma is suddenly back that in my opinion, we've last seen in 2003. Like, this is a different Brock Lesnar that, in my opinion, a lot of people shouldn't be hating on at this rate. Whether he's champion or not is a different story. But this has been so entertaining. Obviously, was not with Brock for a while, but then now he's reunited again with Brock. Reunited with Paul Heyman after Paul Heyman was kicked out of the bloodline with Roman Reigns. Pete, your thoughts on this new Brock Lesnar that has emerged in the last few months?
I love the character. I loved what they were doing the character, and then he won the title, and I hate it. So,
well,
look,
that was a conversation.
Brock is great. I love Brock Lesnar. I think he's fantastic. I think he's fantastic in the ring. I think he's a fantastic promo. I think he's got fantastic charisma about him. He's got an unbelievable image and a presence that not many people in WWE have, basically because he doesn't stay there long enough for them to fuck it up. So,
Wait, were you allowed to curse now?
I lifted it a while back. Yeah,
but
Fuck
at the
yeah.
same time, Brock Lesnar has come back and he lost the title at Mania. He came back, challenged for the title against Roman and in Saudi Arabia and whatever that is, and then gets thrown into a title match for the other title in day one. And that's kind of where my issue with Brock Lesnar comes is I don't like Brock with a title because he never wrestles. And he never needs a title because he is such a big enough attraction on his own to not need the title, in that if you tell me we're going to have Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley at the Royal Rumble, that is an attraction enough for me to see that match without there being a title there. So I have mixed feelings. Also, the way that Big E just got pinned as champ, kind of like...
Yeah, I wasn't happy
with
that. Like, I would have probably put the pin on Rollins or Kevin Owens, but the fact it was Big E, it's like, sheesh.
Just...
Not pretty at all.
And I
RJ,
think
your
Big E's
thoughts?
just going to drop that down in the mid-card scene, and that's sad.
RJ,
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too with the mixed feelings. Like, I'm okay with Brock having the title if he's going to continue to show up pretty much every week like he has. I'm fine with that. I'm just upset that it kind of just all of a sudden Big E's title reign's over, and it doesn't look like he's going to really ever get back to that spot in the near future, if anytime soon or at all. But I love that Brock's back. I love his character. I love that they're letting him talk a lot more now, as Pete said. But the kind of shot to the heart in all of it is Big E is kind of now just thrown to the wayside. So it's unfortunate that Roman couldn't make the match for, a ton of reasons. But I think Big E kind of ends up being the loser in this instance. So that sucks, but I do enjoy the character that Brock has brought back.
Wolf, anything to add on?
I didn't have it on my bingo card that people would like Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar would like people. But that's interesting. It's definitely a fun direction. But much like, everybody else on this side, which way do I point? Over here, basically saying, whatever. I don't like him with the title because, it definitely feels like he doesn't need it. The same way that Bill Goldberg doesn't need a title. It doesn't need to be in a title match. But let's not open that can. I just want to say I like that he's at least here every week. He doesn't feel like a part-time talent anymore. But, you go to a horse track and you bet on a race and you keep winning and you go on this streak. Eventually you stop winning the same way Brock's eventually going to stop showing up. And I feel like that's going to come sooner rather than later.
And he has still only wrestled twice in the last 2 years.
He's only wrestled twice in the last 2 years. Terrible.
See, again, I do agree with everything. It just, again, at the same time, I feel like it just gets a pass just because of like how he's just it feels like he's putting more effort into it now.
Well, it's the same thing he was doing booking wise, like showing up. It's definitely more entertaining than it used to be. It's just the same problem is still there.
But yes, but again, like it's just like I feel like for somebody like, let's say like RJ Pete and I, and this is not a shot at you, Wolf, because again you started watching WWE very late. But for RJ Pete and I, okay, well he's done for. Like for RJ Pete and I, like we saw this Brock in 2003, so I don't know how RJ and Pete feels, but for me, I've missed the hell out of that Brock. That Brock made me laugh, especially when he messed around with Eddie Guerrero, which was just. God,
yeah, but that Brock was
so
wrestling
funny.
on TV every week.
He was wrestling on TV, yes, and like I said, like I feel like we've like how do I phrase this? Oh my god, I'm about to say something stupid like the tickle feathers thing. We've made more progress. There we go. I'm good. We've made more progress with Lesnar, I think, as a character and as an entertainer than we have in the last few years or so. Do I think he needs to wrestle every week? Not really. No. I don't think he does, and that's why, again, like if I'm getting entertained by his promos, if I'm like enjoying myself, then I think I'm okay with this version of Brock. Pete,
the way I phrase it though is that I think Brock the character is a huge improvement. I love this Brock the character. I think Brock the character is written better. Brock the character is treated well, but I still see the same lazy writing when it comes to the actual.
Oh, without a doubt, that's a different story. That is a different story.
My issue with it. It's not the character. I think the character is fantastic, and I want to see this Brock Lesnar on my TV show every week. Just if he's going to win the title, I don't want him to randomly get thrown into a title match he has no involvement in whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Win that title off them for no apparent reason whatsoever. Get that title, no rematches with like Big E and that whatsoever. To get that title back, it screams lazy booking again for me. It's like, we don't want this title on Big E. What should we do? Oh, we've not built anyone up on Raw that we're happy with. Let's, I don't know, throw it on Lesnar because why not? And that's my criticism of it. It's not the criticism of the character Brock. I love the character of Brock right now. I've loved his storyline with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman and all that kind of stuff. Fantastic. It's just that. Tell me why this is happening, and you're not telling me why this is happening, and that's where I get upset.
Any other final thoughts before we get to the next 10 picks, gentlemen? Because I do agree with that yes, the decision to suddenly slap Brock in that day one main event. And again, as soon as I heard it the day of, no pun intended, as soon as I heard it like on social media before the event started, I'm telling myself they're gonna do this again. And everybody's going to lose it. Again, I like Brock, and I've always liked to see Brock as a champion.
You were just there to watch the world burn.
Oh, absolutely. But again, like it is at the end of the day just really, really bad writing. And of course you're like, well, great. Like I'm up down for this, but not in this way. Like I wish it was a better build up. Any other final thoughts? I think we're good. I don't know what the hell is Wolf doing over there, but we go back to the next 10 picks in the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Ow!
Wolf, I am never bringing you on again. Let's shuffle this up again.
Say that all the time.
If I get a single pick below 20, I'll be upset.
We get Nick once again, and away we go. Nick's third pick. Nick's third pick is 23.
We've had a winner from 23.
We have.
Randy Orton.
Yes, indeed.
Did you know that he hears voices in his head?
Apparently he does. And my next pick is 28.
That was my pick. God.
Me likey. All right,
30.
Pete.
Number 30, please.
Gets the infamous and famous pick where the most winners have come from. Number 27.
I'm gonna throw this slinky at you.
Number 30 on the way back.
Do you think they do this again? Like they did one last year. Do you think 27 emerges as a winner again?
Well, last year was number 1 and number 3. So
I'm
seeing the later picks this year around.
Wolf, number 4.
Especially in the women's.
Why do you hate me?
The wheel does.
I think the women's rumble might.
It's your wheel, asshole.
Hold on, Wolf. Hold on. Pete.
I think the women's rumble is going to be a number 30 winner.
You know what I think, and I mean, obviously we'll go into a bit more in depth next week. I think we get back to back. So I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna shuffle out RJ's last pick and RJ's next pick is last year's winner at number 3. Bianca won it at number 3, so there we go. And RJ's
Probably
last
not
pick
happening again.
probably not. And RJ's last pick of the round
Show me 16.
is the infamous number 30. And again, folks, if the historians are out there have only been, I believe, 3 winners from the number 30 spot.
Time to play the game.
Triple H, John Cena, and The Undertaker's Taker and Cena happening in back-to-back years. Wolf, your last pick of the round.
Give me something good, jerk.
Never in the women's yet.
How's number 26?
Okay.
How is number 26?
All right, I want Pete to get number 7.
I'll have number 22, thanks.
No, let's give him 7.
Pete gets number 19.
I'll take it. It's just below 20.
Jerk.
I didn't want any below 20, but I'll take that.
Jerk.
Almost accidentally gave 19 to Wolf there.
Why would you...
Myself, my last pick in the round.
7.
It was almost 7. I'm getting 15. And then Nick's last pick in the round is
Great.
Good.
Is number 20.
That barf weasel.
Number 20. And then there were 10. So again, I'm just gonna recap where we're at right now. Nick has 13, 17, 20, and 23. I have 2. 12, 15, and 28. Pete has 19, 25, 27, and 29. Wolf has 1, 4, 5, and 26. And then RJ has 3, 9, 21, and number 30. How are we feeling so far before we get to the next 10?
I think my picks are pretty solid.
Happy, but I would have liked that number 30.
Number 30 again, like I feel like they are going to continue to add to the narrative to the women's rumble early and quickly. So I can see it, but again, we'll find out in a few weeks' time. So let's talk about the next big thing, and this one has a lot of people, including everybody's favorite AEW fanboy resident Alex Mirza, who's not here with us. Excited. And of course, I'm talking about the sudden push of talent now that AEW has. And again, when we thought it's been filling up, or we thought it's getting like it feels like they're at capacity, they just go more and more. And of course, now we're talking about Adam Cole making it, Kyle O'Reilly making it, Bobby Fish now arriving onto the scene. A lot more names are popping up more and more. Daniel Bryan, of course, again, that was the other biggest one. Daniel Bryan showing up. I believe that was all out, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Everything was all out. Here we are now, a few months later. Wolf, you've been watching AEW a fair amount as well. Your thoughts on all this latest talent that's been pumping in to the company that is owned by Mr. Khan?
I think it's great. I think AEW has a plethora of good talent. I feel like they're definitely, slow burning with what they have. I mean, not everyone needs to be in a main event spot right now. I'm very interested in what's going on with the undisputed era, because it's setting up something very obvious down the line, like the Elite versus those 3. And Adam Cole is great. He doesn't need to be your main event right away. You work him in. Let him have fun. Let him engage with other wrestlers that he wouldn't normally engage with, like him versus Orange Cassidy. That's a great match. I loved it. And they're even acknowledging, like, hey, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole weren't exactly best friends last time we saw them. Let's acknowledge that at least. So there's continuity there. I really like all the talent that's coming in. I like what they're doing with them. There's a chance it could get crowded quick, but for now, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
I think it already slightly is, but I'm also happy for them because again they're more comfortable. They wanted something bigger. They were worried that they weren't going to get in WWE, which again it happens. It's understandable, but I like the spot that they're in now. Again, to me it's entertaining. Again, like I said, I find a lot of things entertaining, but this is like I like again I'm okay with it, and if they're going to continue like what they had in WWE there. Fine, because it feels like they wanted to anyways. But Pete, yeah, it looks like you have thoughts on that.
I've got a lot of thoughts on this, to be fair. 90% positive, slight 10% negative. It's the most important thing is that when these people are signing for AEW, signing for Impact, signing wherever they're going, following leaving WWE, they're doing something that they're happy with, and they're enjoying what they're doing. They're enjoying the matches they're putting on, and getting to work the styles they want to work, getting to work the gimmicks they want to work, and they're actually satisfied. Whether you think that booking is better, worse, etc., is kind of irrelevant to me. It's more about how the talent are actually perceive it themselves. The big issue I kind of have is I'm delighted with how Adam Cole's been treated because I think he's the one person who's come in who seems to be set up into a really long-term storyline where that's where I think AEW thrive is this like 2-year storyline of Adam Page, the year-long storyline Kenny Omega, the huge storylines like John Moxley winning the title, all these type of things. That's when I think AEW is at its best, and that's what I see them doing with Cole is they're building up a slow burn elite storyline. I'm a little bit less happy, I guess, with potentially how Brian Danielson has been treated in that. And yeah, he's been pushed immediately at the title scene. He's been putting on classic match after classic match after classic match. But I want those long-term storylines, and I do see this little bit of a trend with AEW recently is they're caring more about the dream matches and putting on these 5-star clinics and awesome matches week after week than actually developing these storylines. And I don't want them to get a bit complacent that now they have this extreme level of talent that they can kind of fall back on the talent rather than the stories that made them successful in my eyes in the first place. So mixed feelings. For the most part, loving it, and I just don't want them to start relying on just great matches and debuts, because if you're having a debut every week and you're putting a great match every week, they might think, yeah, that's enough. No, I want these long-term storylines. I want another MJF versus Chris Jericho storyline. I want another Hangman Page versus Omega storylines. I want those on my weekly AEW television, not just, yeah, that was a great match, because to be honest, that's kind of what I used to love about NXT before NXT 2.0 started. But
and we'll talk about NXT 2.0 in a little bit. We will talk about that.
That lost me in a way of it just being a good match. Lost me. I need more than that. I want the actual storytelling to go with it. It's why I don't watch New Japan very often. I need more than just great matches. So, yeah, for the most part, fantastic. I do just hope they continue to do the storylines with it.
RJ, any other thoughts with the talent that's been jumping ship?
Yeah, I won't add a whole ton more, but I think the main positive that comes from AEW arriving on the scene the last couple of years is it gives a chance for these guys that are finished with WWE or kind of unhappy with WWE a chance where they can go to another North American company with like a ton of eyes on it, not to shit on ROH or anything like that, which we might get to at some point anyway. But it just gives them a chance where they can kind of go still be seen and kind of be the wrestler that they want to be. And still, if they're finished with WWE or get cut from WWE, I mean, I don't think AEW really wants it to be a trend where they're getting all these ex-WWE guys all the time. But it is nice that the option is there for the people that, want out of their WWE contract, that they can go, wrestle at AEW and have some of these dream matches and get used the way that they want to. So that's kind of all that I really wanted to add on to that. It's kind of, I obviously, I don't watch AEW as often as some other people do. I still definitely pay attention to it and watch it. But it's good to see that a lot of my favorites from WWE that are not there anymore, you can still get a chance to watch them on a big stage, is what I wanted to get at.
Fair enough. And on that note, we jump over to the final 10 picks of the Women's Royal Rumble match. Some interesting numbers left: 7, 6, 8, 10, 11, 14, 16, 18, 22, and 24. Let's start off with Nick again. Away we go. Nick's next pick is 24.
Nick's got good picks, doesn't he?
13, 17, 23, 20, and 24 probably. And I believe Nick did win the Women's Rumble last year. I believe he got number 3.
I thought that was Lacey Evans.
Nope, not that one. Myself.
Which ones did Lacey Evans win?
That's sick. Wow. I have number 6. Pete.
I'll take.
That's number 7. You were bound to get a low number at one point.
You kind of want a low number as well. Otherwise, you're waiting for ages.
That's very, very true. Wolf, your next pick.
Give me something good, Weasel.
10.
You're taking 10.
Okay.
All right, RJ's
I don't want
next.
one of those
You get
numbers
Ty
that's never
Dillinger.
won before. It's like they're gonna do it eventually.
Like a complete different number.
Yeah, I just want a number that's never won before. It's like, oh, okay, well, eventually they're gonna do it.
Well,
first
14
time.
has won before.
31.
14. Yes, RJ
Shinsuke
gets
Nakamura
14.
won
Yes,
from 14.
yes. RJ Wolf and I are very aware of that. And RJ's last pick in the Women's Rumble
16.
I hope you get something good. You deserve it.
will be 18. Meanwhile,
RG deserves nice things.
Wolf's final pick in the Rumble
I'll take number 22 if no one wants it.
is 8.
Oh, the infinity sign.
You hate me.
Pete's last pick
I'll take any of them.
is 16. My last pick, not that it matters,
11.
is 22. Which
Ooh,
means
Nick's
that Nick will get number 11, and there we go, gentlemen.
Why did you bother spinning?
It's like when they do the ball draws in the World Cup and stuff, where you have to take the last ball out of the bag just to confirm. That
You
is
have to
actually
confirm
the
it.
last-
Yeah, exactly. Pete gets it. But there are your
As
picks.
if something else is gonna pop up.
Yeah,
on the
let's,
freaking-
just to make sure they haven't rigged it.
Let's run that one more time. Nick ends up with 11, 13, 17, 20, 23, and 24. Myself, I get 2, 6, 12, 15, 22, and 28. Pete will get 6, 7, 19,
No,
25, 27, and 29.
16,
Wolf.
not 6.
16. Thank you. I
Just thought I'd throw
apologize.
that one out there.
Yeah, thank you for writing that back up. Wolf will get 1, 4, 5, 8, 10, and 26. Or as I like to say, or as I like to say, good luck. And then RJ will get 3, 9, 14, 18, 21, and 30. So how do we feel after all that?
Pete, can we
I got 30.
No. So what I think we should do is we should live stream the Rumble, and then you're only allowed on stream while one of your entrants is in.
Oh my goodness.
So if all your entrants have been eliminated, you get kicked out the stream temporarily.
That'd be pretty good. Let's Chewy. I'll let you guys decide. Do you want to get into the next 10 right now to open up the men's rumble and decide the order,
Sure.
or actually no, let's do that. Yes, you know what? Let's do that. Because I think it would make a lot of sense. So let's determine the order for the men's rumble and rumble picks. So first up is Wolf this time. So whoops.
Mitch
Well,
Trubisky.
is Wolf this time? Wolf.
Wolf picks Johnny Knoxville.
Remember? Oh my
Yo,
God.
I will scream. That's awesome.
He's got a great shot.
Nick will be the second one in this. The person who will end up in the middle in both picks is
I would like that to be me. Thank you very much.
Pete again. Pete will
How
get the
did you know that?
and then
This is pre-recorded, Wolf.
and then between RJ and myself,
Oh,
the fourth
God, am I
pick
just a
will
program?
be fourth pick will be RJ, which means I will get back-to-back picks.
Do I even exist?
Look at that. Sorry.
This is the Matrix.
So there we go. So that determines the order for the men's rumble. My Wolf, Nick, Pete, RJ, and myself. In saying that, gentlemen, let's just get straight to it. Let's get straight to the first 10 picks of the men's Royal Rumble match. Let's shuffle this up. Good luck, Wolf. You
I'll
open
take
up.
number 30.
How's
How about
12
12?
instead?
No, I
That's
said
not-
30.
That's above 10 though, so it is kind of an improvement.
Oh,
It is.
shut up, Mr.
He's right.
5 and 20.
He's right. Nick, who's somewhere in the UK, crying in his
I'll be
sleep,
watching Eternals again.
gets 22. Probably actually gets 22. Pete once again stuck in the third spot.
Number 26, please.
It was almost 25, but you're gonna get 11.
Ah!
RJ, you're up.
11.
I'll take
RJ
it.
will get 14 instead.
I'll still take
I
this.
didn't deny that much.
That hurts. So my pick
Watch, it's going to be 30.
is 26.
Pretty good too.
Is 26, and my last pick of the
Oh, my
round.
pick.
The last pick of the round for me is for the love of God, it's number 2.
You again.
Is number 2. Yes, back-to-back rumbles with 2, so that's exciting. RJ's next last pick in the round is number 28. Not bad. Pete's last pick in the round.
25, please.
You're gonna take 6 instead.
That's
Ah!
Oh my God, Nick's last pick in the round. Good
Next
Lord.
line.
Yeah, sorry. Is number 21. So he has back-to-back there in 21 and 22.
Stevie bastard.
And Wolf, your last pick of round 1.
Big money, no whammy, no
Number
whammy.
3.
Big money, stop.
It's 10 again.
Balls.
So there we go, gentlemen. We will come back to the round later on. And Pete quickly spoke about ROH recently, and I think I want to transition to Impact instead. And we wrap up the women's rumble, but we need to talk about the surprising and what they tried to play off as casual announcement of Mickie James entering the Royal Rumble match as the Impact Knockouts champion. They tweeted out that Mickie James, the Impact Knockouts champion, will be entering the Royal Rumble match, and apparently will enter with her Impact music and her Impact title as well. So
Wait, I
really,
didn't hear about the music. Where'd you hear
that's
that?
what a buddy of mine recently told me. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but that's apparently what's I don't know. That's what I've heard recently.
Getting yeeted in 6 seconds by Dana Brooke.
Probably. So in saying that, this is for the first time in a long time a forbidden door situation. Of course, for those that don't know,
The first time in WWE.
For those that are not wrestling fans and watch this, thank you. But you're wondering what a forbidden door situation is.
I ask why you're picking this podcast to watch if you're not a wrestling fan.
It is the term or the theory that wrestling promotions will not work within each other. They will not send talent over. There's no collaboration, none of it at all. It's a forbidden door. But apparently the forbidden door has been open. And again, for WWE, this is the first time in a long time. I can't remember the last time. And I feel like that door is either ECW in 2005 before ECW officially became.
I think it was 2015 when Liger came to NXT.
I wouldn't really count. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, it's like the same with that's like counting when Zack Sabre Jr. and what's his name? They appeared in the Cruiserweight Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't under contract with another company then.
Well, they were under contract with New Japan.
You can say it, but I think like the bigger instance was Taz, the WWE superstar, taking on Mike Awesome, the WCW superstar, for the ECW World Television Championship. That is like my biggest forbidden door situation with WWE, in my opinion, and that was about 2000, 2001, if I'm not mistaken. So, RJ, let's start with you on this one. Your thoughts on this door opening for Mickie James, and do we see it in the Men's Rumble?
I guess that's the rumor, right? I'm not sure any huge like AEW name or anything like that's going to be potentially coming over to the Rumble.
Not to cut you off. Apparently, Cutaholic reported today that there will be no AEW interaction at the Rumble.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I mean, I feel like that was pretty much guaranteed anyway. But I guess they have a name that might. I don't know how true that is either. That there might be that one name that might surprise everybody. And I guess people were saying it was going to be Jericho before all that happened.
Oh, sorry. No.
Hey, I'll pop for Moose. But I think it's a cool. I mean, I'd love to see it, just like just like I think everybody else would. I'd love to see it happen in the men's rumble. I'm not exactly sure who that name would be, but any surprise is good for me. And it's pretty cool that Mickie James is going to actually come in at the Impact Championship for the Royal Rumble. So, because that's some good crossover appeal as well. So I'm for it. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. I don't see anything bad that can really happen from companies sharing talent.
I mean, I gotta say, a lot of people were surprised about Mickie James after the whole trash bag incident a few months back at her release, saying that she had all her stuff in a trash bag, which apparently was, not right, and understandably so. So I guess it's like a little bit of a peace offering. It's like, hey, we're sorry. Enter the women's Royal Rumble match with your title. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. Wolf, on the meanwhile, was upset that Deonna did not win that the night after this news was
I didn't
announced.
care.
Okay.
You'll get it back someday. I promise you will. You will.
Okay. All right. You're talking to a photo.
It's
Wolf,
signed by her. Damn it.
Wolf, your thoughts on the Forbidden Door and all that jazz?
It helps everybody. It's good for Impact because that's basically the dollar store version of WWE. They get more spotlight. They can promote this on their show. They get more clout on social media. I feel like it really just benefits everybody. And I'm happy. There's a big part of me that was like, this would have been a fun surprise. But at the same time, I get why Impact might have wanted it out there because they get the word out there. So I'm in favor of it. And, we all know that Moose is going to be in the men's Royal Rumble. For those of you who are not wrestling fans that are watching this podcast, Moose is a wrestler and not an actual moose.
Pete,
obviously win.
I actually now want to see a moose enter the Royal Rumble.
That did tickle me.
Pete, we go over to you because obviously you do have a history on this podcast, and rightfully so, that you hate it when surprises are revealed. So in saying that, your reaction to the whole thing, what do you think of it? All that jazz, blah, 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 blah.
I can kind of understand why this one's been revealed purely because Impact would probably want it revealed, and Impact would probably want the hype for their event just beforehand. Is she going to walk in with the title, try and get those extra eyes there, all that kind of thing? I do think it's getting slightly blown out of proportion of how big a deal this actually is. I think the idea she's walking in with the Impact Championship is a big deal. The fact that she's going there, because she isn't actually contracted to Impact right now. She is actually a free agent, technically, who is appearing on Impact.
Champion
I don't
appearing as a free agent?
I don't see Moose appearing in the Rumble. I think if WWE are going to get someone in the men's, it's going to be someone like a Heath Slater, a Rhino, Braun Strowman, potentially even. It'd be that type of person who would do it. Where they are ex-WWE talent, they're going to be recognized by the people. They still probably would get a pop, etc. The other thing is, WWE do not have enough women left to fill up a Royal Rumble without absolutely going through NXT. And nowadays, when there's not quite as many recognizable names in the women's divisions in NXT and stuff as they previously used to be. So they have to kind of get a bit desperate, and to fill up 30 people, they need to be reaching out to some of the people like Mickie James and just to actually get the names up. But yeah, I'm not that upset that they announced Mickie James just because of the benefits to Impact. I'm upset that they announced 6 other surprises simultaneously in the Rumble, which
they didn't even tell
overshadowed. They all got completely overshadowed by Mickie James, so it wasn't even worthwhile in announcing these people, like the Bella Twins coming in, Summer Rae, Lita. Like everyone just kind of went, "Oh yeah, Lita's in it." No, leave that as a surprise. Have Lita come out; she'll still get a monstrous pop in the arena because
I believe Michelle McCool as well is entering the Royal Rumble match.
Kelly, hello.
Yeah, Kelly again. I think it's going to be her third Royal Rumble.
Is it be the same like entire women's rumble as the first one, where it's just a bunch of the surprises from the Attitude Era, just like everybody comes back. Like Trish is back again, right? It's got to be. She's got to be a surprise.
The issue,
I would
like
presume
legends
so.
In the women's division, though, is because of how badly women's wrestling was treated for 20 years in WWE, there aren't many legends who aren't just Playboy stars in a way.
Yeah.
So they keep having to reuse the same ones who are actually a good image, and Kelly's not one of those, so
Holly could be in it.
that is well 3, but that's why you get in like
And she's-
Jacqueline, Victoria, Lita, Michelle McCool, these people getting used again and again because they were at least somewhat talented enough at the time to be classed as steps in the revolution, but there isn't that many that they have to keep reusing, and because they have to have so many legends every time because they don't have a big enough roster, you cycle through them very quickly.
Maria Menounos for the Royal Rumble.
Oh my God.
Snooki.
I gotta say, Wolf. I mean, you bring up Molly Holly, and yet she's entered the Rumble twice as her superhero gimmick and as her regular gimmick. So it's like, you're using a bunch of options there that have already been limited.
Marie.
Like,
can you name another WWE women's legend, like who is actually a proper legend people want to see who hasn't already been in it?
Who hasn't been in it?
Who hasn't been in a women's Royal Rumble yet?
I was about to say Alicia Fox, but I'm not.
She's been in a women's Royal Rumble.
She's been in it. Yeah. That's
Sunny.
You know what?
Go that way.
Honestly, I can't think of I can't think of many because a lot of them entered in that Rumble in 18 in the first women's Rumble.
McMahon.
Sorry?
Linda McMahon.
Oh my God Almighty! To hear the original, to hear the '90s WrestleMania theme and have Linda come out to that. Oh my God Almighty! You know what? In saying that, Stephanie.
Probably.
Oh, but then she'd win it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or she'd be like the last one eliminated. She'd be like the Roman Reigns of the women's division. They just like toss her out last to get the.
But she'd eliminate 7 people en route.
She breaks the record.
No, she tells them to eliminate themselves or be fired.
Obviously, I presume that we're going to be expecting people like Bayley, people like Alexa to hop in the Rumble match again.
Well, Bayley's my pick to win.
I mean, okay, we'll talk about it when we'll get to the Rumble predictions next week. My pick is Bianca, but again, we'll discuss it when we get there. In saying that, let's go over to the next 10 picks in the men's Royal Rumble match.
Lacey Evans.
For the love of God, away we go, Wolf, with your first pick. I hope you get number 1. Wow, I called that one.
That's cheating.
Number 1. That'll shut him up. All right. Nick is.
You think that'll shut me up?
Nick will get. Is it 25 or 5? It's 25. So Nick stays in the 20s.
Nick will get a sack beating if he keeps it up.
Not myself. Pete. I apologize.
Wow,
Pete.
rude.
Pete will get number 18.
Okay.
Pete will get number 18. RJ.
Pick, man.
Roy Jordan. How's number 29 sound?
It's Roy Jordan.
It is
Yes.
Roy Jordan.
It is Roy Jordan. The next pick for me is number 8.
Weak.
And my last pick in this round is
30 and 27 still sat there.
is 5. So I have 2, 5, 8, 26. Yikes.
Okay, I'm going to take number 27.
Back to RJ.
If you go
Watch
one
RJ,
number,
watch
like
RJ get 27. Okay, never mind. RJ got his lucky number.
If you
RJ
got
got his
5 or
lucky
higher, you're
Pete.
Thanks.
Pete, your next number is number 20. Number 20. Nick's next pick is number 4. That's kind of funny.
27 and 30 just sat there tantalizingly.
Yeah, they're gonna be like last. They're like the last.
And Wolf's last pick of the round
16.
is not 30. It's 16.
Oh, suck!
Is 16. So this has been fun. So recapping what we have so far. Yeah, you're about to throw a Betty White doll? What is wrong with you?
God dang it.
I didn't. I put it lovingly back on its shelf.
Recapping the last 2 rounds. Wolf with 1, 10, 12, and 16. Nick 4, 21, 22, and 25. Pete 6, 11, 18, and 20. RJ 13, 14, 28, and 29. And myself 2, 5, 8, and 26.
I like
This
the
is
hard
bastard.
numbers.
Sorry,
I feel stacked. I feel
RJ's.
RJ feels stacked. Or Pete,
I like RJ's numbers.
RJ's is not bad.
I'm
And
gonna go 27 and
I
30.
like everyone else's numbers.
I mean, honestly, you know what? Well, the fact that you do means that you care about us, and that's what
Yeah.
that's what matters here. All right. So in saying that, we go. This is the last topic that I want to. The last
Don't
topic.
patronize me, dear boy.
This is the last thing I want to talk about before we wrap up. Before we wrap up the show here. It's already been 54 minutes. Already having a blast talking to you guys. The last thing I want to talk about that has been kind of like kept a lot of people on edge, and not in a good way, in our absence, is NXT 2.0.
I thought you were going to say releases.
No, oh right, the releases
And Ring of Honor.
I mean, we brought up
Nah,
we
that's
brought,
fine. Do NXT. It's a nicer topic.
I think so.
Alright.
Yeah, I think NXT now. Obviously,
less pessimistic.
now obviously the rebrand is now in full effect. The black and gold that we all once knew and loved is gone. Is 100% gone. Is now the colorful NXT 2.0, where you now have Braun Breaker, the son of one of the Steiner brothers, now your NXT champion, and of course the very lovely Mandy Rose as your NXT Women's Champion, who has a little fashion going on over there, which has been apparently really, really good. I haven't been keeping up with NXT, I'm not going to lie, because I think it's just disappointing that they've switched over from this black and gold to now this theme. It sucks because like a lot of the people that, it's amazing that, and I do agree with a lot of people that Triple H's creation has, like, the final piece of the puzzle that he had is gone, because it feels like a complete Vince McMahon takeover, that everything that Triple H's build is gone with the releases of Gargano and Kyle O'Reilly, and again, like Ciampa losing the NXT title, that's it. Triple H's NXT that he built himself is gone, and I gotta say I kind of agree, because again, it was much. It's sad that we're saying that it was must-see wrestling at one point because of how entertaining takeovers were, how crazy the storylines were. You can tell that Triple H really wanted to bring back that somewhat ruthless aggression era, like that we've all enjoyed, and kind of like modernized it, and then it's out the door. Wolf, your thoughts on NXT 2.0?
I'm not going to say that it's a knee-jerk reaction to losing in the ratings to AEW, but I am saying that it's a knee-jerk reaction to losing to AEW in the ratings. Yeah, I know. They moved from Wednesday nights. They went to Tuesday. They were like, okay, we're not going to beat them in the ratings, and I'm not going to tout this because I am an AEW fanboy, LOL. But the fact that, we did change up so many things. It just definitely feels like a reaction there. Like Vince is bitter that he didn't win. And we took everything that was great about NXT and why there was such a big competition on Wednesday nights. I was hard-pressed not to try to watch NXT when I was also watching Dynamite, because they had compelling stories. They had great matches. It was a lot of fun. I long for the days of building to an NXT takeover and, being able to follow the stories. I can't name who all the champions in the current NXT are because it's just not my taste. I don't even know what the hell. I'm not even going to say it's actively bad. It's just not something that I'm drawn to. I mean, this Braun kid definitely has a lot of talent from what I've seen, and he could go pretty far. It's just nothing else about like NXT 2.0 is like really reeling me in. I will say I do like Carmelo Hayes. I think, is he the North American champion or something? I do like him. I've seen him on the indies before. I like him a lot. So, yeah. NXT 2.0, great if you like it. I'm not lining up for it.
RJ.
Yeah, I guess I kind of agree with that because I actually watched the very first episode of NXT 2.0 and I actually had fun watching that show. I actually thought that show wasn't so bad. It had the wedding that I thought was hilarious on it. That's like the big thing that I remember from the very first. So maybe it did suck if I can only remember the wedding. But I haven't really watched a ton of it since, and I kind of thought that I was going to stay on top of NXT still, and I really haven't been watching it weekly like I thought I would, and I even get to watch it live in Canada now, and I still haven't even been trying to keep up with it. So unfortunately, I think the changes maybe for the worst for me as well, because I mean, we went to NXT TakeOver and saw some amazing matches. We've seen
my
every
goodness.
NXT TakeOver was incredible.
It had to be. You
and-
had to tune in. You had to like stop what you were doing. You had to free up your time. And you had to watch a takeover. And I mean, for example, like Gargano and Almas at Takeover Philly, the night before the Royal Rumble in 2018. I have not seen that match since because of how great it was. That I'm like, I'm good if I just have the memories from watching it the first time, but I should watch it again, mind you. And then of course, attending Takeover Brooklyn with Wolf and Mirza, which was entertaining as heck with Gargano and
I got
Gargano
punched in the nose that night.
Gargano, you did. Gargano and Adam Cole, and then the two NXT takeovers that I saw in Toronto. So lots of fun all around. But yeah, anything else, RJ?
Yeah, just to finish my point, NXT felt like a complete like contrast to what Raw and SmackDown were giving you, and now NXT 2.0 just feels like Raw 3.0 in a way.
That's some Steiner math.
Yeah, some Braun Breaker math, I guess.
Keith, close us out with your thoughts.
He needs a new
on
name, by the way. I don't know why they're taking the Steiner name away from him.
It was called Rex Steiner.
Rex Steiner. That's a great name. That's like a star
Steiner.
name, is it not? And then they changed it to Braun Breaker and with 2 Ks.
Well, his actual name is Bronson Rex Steiner.
Yeah.
Which is also a better name than Braun Breaker.
Sounds like a German heavy metal band.
Yeah. But honestly, Braun Breaker, Rex Steiner has got all the potential to be a top star in WWE. He's exactly what they're after. He's exactly what Vince looks at and creams his pants. But honestly, and Wolf kind of touched on it, but AEW killed NXT. And I don't mean NXT 2.0. I mean NXT.
Black and gold, yeah.
Yeah, like 2016 to 2018, NXT was easily one of my favorite periods of wrestling. Without a shadow of a doubt. It was incredible. The Gargano stuff, the Ciampa stuff, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura. All of those feuds was must-watch TV for a hardcore wrestling fan. You looked at it and went, this is different. This is great. It's top matches, top storylines. As soon as AEW came around, as soon as they got put on the same night, NXT started reactionary shoehorn booking.
Sorry, I'm going to silence my phone.
And they started just like, they made Keith Lee a double champ for no reason. Every week they felt they had to put a title match on. They had to put something else on. They weren't building stories anymore. It was 1 week feuds. It was 2 week feuds. Things that used to take 3 months build to a takeover were happening in 2 weeks instead. And that killed NXT, and that's what stopped it. And then Vince looks and goes, oh, you failed, has a vendetta against Triple H, firing everybody Triple H like hired or was part of like the Triple H culture. And no, I look at NXT 2.0. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I don't care though. It's a show I don't want to watch. I look at it and go, it's just not for me anymore. It's not wrestling that I enjoy. I look at gimmicks like Joe Gacy and like Von Wagner and those style of things and go, I don't want to see these characters. I don't think they're very good. And then they're the ones who are like beating Johnny Gargano. They're beating like Tommaso Ciampa. They're beating these guys that I came to love in NXT. And are getting replaced by people far less talented in my eyes, far less experienced. And I just don't get it. Like that Grayson Waller when he beat Johnny Gargano. It's the only match Grayson Waller's ever won on NXT. And he's beating Johnny Gargano to send him on his farewell tour. And then he's in a feud with AJ Styles. And I don't care about this guy because he's got the charisma of a tree trunk. It's just... I don't criticize anyone who enjoys NXT 2.0. I just, as someone who loved NXT, loved 2016 to 2018 NXT, it just makes me a bit sad, to be honest.
I think I agree with everything and why I just don't feel like catching up with NXT. And obviously, I do feel like this is like aside from Braun Breaker and aside from Mandy, who hopped over from the main roster to NXT.
Carmella Hayes as well. Carmella Hayes has got a lot of talent.
I don't see too many other names that I would know, and I guess that's catch up for me. But in saying that, as Wolf disappeared, which is okay, let's go to the final 10 picks of the men's Royal Rumble match, and we will call it a day there. So Wolf, once again, will go first. I think he has his AirPods on, so he can. I did mute him for a bit. All right, we'll leave him on mute, but he does have his AirPods on, so you can probably hear us. So here we go. Good luck, Wolf. Wolf's first pick in the last round is number 3. There we go. Number 3, Nick.
He's going to be thrilled.
He's going to be pumped. Nick is number 9.
Come on.
Pete.
Daddy needs a new pair of earrings.
Pete will take number 19, which he
19
does.
might be a winner.
I've got a hell of a streak there. But 18, 19, 20.
RJ
17 as well. Give me 17.
Give me
RJ will
30.
get 7.
I needed a low number.
And
It's not
then
2.
and then myself, I will get 27, the infamous number there, 27. And then my last pick of the men's Royal Rumble match is 24. Not bad. RJ's last pick in the men's Rumble
It's only decent numbers left, but I'll take 30 for both.
is 23. So RJ will not end up
Give me
with 30.
17 or 30.
Pete, shuffling that up because this is gonna get dramatic. Pete
Give me
will
15.
get
Yes.
number 17. So it's either Wolf or Nick will get the elusive number 30 spot.
Drum
We
roll.
start with Nick. Nick will end up with
Ah,
number 30. Wolf will get 15. And that, gentlemen, will conclude that. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? That was a lot of fun. So once again, to wrap this up one more time for the men's Rumble, Wolf will get 1, 3, 10, 12, 15, and 16. Nick, 4, 9, 21, 22, 25, and 30. Pete will get 6, 11, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's 4 straight
Yeah.
picks in
You're
the
not gonna have
men's.
4 shit entrants in a row, so one of them's got to be good.
Wow. RJ will get 7, 13, 14, 23, 28, and 29. And then I will end up with 2, 5, 8, 24, 26, and 27. Final thoughts, gentlemen, before we call it.
I got a
I've
good
obviously
squad.
won both, so you might as well quit now.
Sorry?
I've obviously won both Rumbles, so you might as well.
Well,
just
congratulations, I guess, Pete. Wolf, any final thoughts?
Tickles my feathers.
Okay. RJ?
tickles my feathers too.
Oh, for the love of God. All right. Well, gentlemen, it's been great to have you all back. I'm happy we're going to get back into the
boom.
I'm happy that we're gonna get back into the groove of things, and yes, again, like we are nearly on the road to WrestleMania. So it's been fun, gentlemen. Thank you so much. And this is where we say goodbye to them, and then go back to me. Well, we're back into the swing of things. We are ready to keep on going. Next week, of course, we will be back for the Royal Rumble predictions. I think Pete is the last champion. I don't know. Yes, it is Pete. Pete just gave me the thumbs up. So it is Pete that that will defend, and again from there the winner will hold this until WrestleMania. So again, tune in for that next week with our Royal Rumble predictions. And as always, all I can say is just that thank you so much for watching. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, available wherever you get your podcast. My name is Jose Taboya. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next week for the Royal Rumble predictions. Take care. Bye.